Some days I just sit back, I close my eyes, and I think about what I'd like the world to look like. And it's often just a lot of quiet, a lot of peacefulness, where everyone on the planet understands what's good and what's bad, what's right and what's wrong, what's left and what's right. And we all just exist as normal people. And we don't have to hear about a lot of weird and a lot of atrocities all the time. And we all just relax and participate in the worldwide circle jerk in harmony together. But when I open my eyes, I realize that none of that is true. And I live in a world where every single day I lose my faith in humanity more and more and more. Because what do you mean a grown adult took pictures of children and put it in an AI generator and made CP of said children?
Investigators are urging parents in a Twin Cities school district to talk to their kids as they investigate a district employee.
That former employee is in custody tonight. Investigators say he took pictures of students and used AI to make them into. As Adam Duxter reports, they fear they don't know how many victims he had.
This school, one of several, where William Haslick worked for years as an employee of ISD 622 for 3.5 years. Investigators say he watched over lunch and drop-off. In another district, he was a parapro and summer programs assistant. A federal indictment says during that time, he used that access to take pictures of kids in his care, then used AI to turn those photos into child.
This is going to get worse. It's not an isolated incident.
Heather Barnhart, one of the nation's top forensic experts, says criminals are increasingly using AI for evil.
We can't put it away. It is now the cat's out of the bag. It's going to keep happening. It's a catch-up game. And unfortunately, they need to pick up their pace because AI is not slowing down.
Haslick now charged with possession of child porn, as well as production of obscene visual representation of child sex abuse. Investigators say it's likely he was distributing the photos he created and add they fear he has more victims than they're aware of.
I'm horrified for the children, for their families, for the communities.
State Senator Erin May Quaid already working on a bill that would hold AI companies accountable in these cases.
We shouldn't be living in a world where anybody can make a video or a picture of us naked just because we happen to be around them and they took a picture of us.
In the meantime, Barnhart says keep your kids' world small and ask yourself when you post a photo, who has access to it?
We just have to fight to have our kids protected and keep protecting the innocent and learn how to leverage technology.
Adam Duxter, WCCO News.
Haslick made his first appearance in federal court yesterday. He faces anywhere from 5 years to life in prison.
I want this man buried under the jail with like a straw that has the tiniest camera down there with him, and I want to watch his body slowly decompose from the lack of every nutritious thing warranted to keep the body alive. We can have these conversations about the vetting process and how do people get these jobs and how are people getting hired for these jobs, and ultimately we don't know. That's significant trust in human society. That's people hiding their lives and eventually feeling comfortable enough to where they are a little bit relaxed in hiding their life, and then they get caught and we all see them for what they are, a weird human being who exists on this planet to be weird and get caught and face the wall. Because I, for the life of me, don't understand how it's so comfortable for people to be in these positions and look at children and say, ooh, because I would like to believe that, there's somebody out there for everybody. And it would take dedicated work on yourself to actually go out and seek said person. Oh, and by the way, when I'm saying this, I'm not thinking of grown adult and child. I am thinking of consenting adults meeting, speaking, dating, hullabalooing, and going on about their ways until they die in holy matrimony. But this shit right here gives me more credence to say I need to start journeying to the mountains, growing out this beard, growing out my hair, and just being a caveman and getting away from society, because I can't keep True, I can't keep allowing humanity to play with my heart like that. Every time I think there's a chance, I'm reminded that there is no chance, because there are people like this that exist, and there are people who try to hold safe spaces for people like this. What is this?
.org. It's short for virtuous.
No, there's no such thing. There is no such thing. No such thing.
Virtuous, like having moral standards.
No, call the cops. You know what? I'm phoning the FBI. I'm at that point where now if I just start seeing anything online, I'm comfortable calling the cops. Spoiler alert. Fuck you and them. And if I'm going to wrap this up in any way, shape, or form, it's like this. Holy fuck. There was a time where it was nothing but Pastor Dave that was the problem in society for the children. Now, I got to worry about every school teacher under the sun potentially wanting to have coitus with children because they lost weight, wanting to have coitus with children and have babies by these children and keep the baby, having a fetish to where they're taking pictures of real children and bringing them home and putting them in AI generators for their own sick fantasies, and everything else under the sun that makes me lose trust in humanity more and more and more. And if you like the slow descent into madness of losing faith in humanity, subscribe to the channel, because there will be more, and there will be more to be mad at, there will be more to laugh at, and there will be more to wish for a better society that will only come once the rapture truly begins. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. And yes, based on recommendation, this is now a comfort knuckles.